This is the Sacred Knowing of Is video series with Tisziji Muñoz, video number 20, wrap up for beginner practitioners in conventional spiritualism.
The wrap up. 1. Most of the world is inhabited by lower spirits. 2. Spirits are ranked by their level of purification. There are 3 general levels of purification. The lowest levels, the progression levels, and the pure levels. The lowest class of spirits cause and generate negative emotions, which can lead to murders, rapes, violence, stealing, hatred, anger, physical diseases, and all manner of internal, psychic, and external physical destruction. These spirits are deceptive and are full of prejudice, pride, jealousy, psychic poison, darkness, confusion, and inertia. The slow and lowest of spirits do not rise above the ordinary level of humanity in morality or intelligence. They are, to an extreme degree, earth spirits. They are noisy, disturbing spirits who negatively affect the weather, vibrations in general, and who enjoy disturbing the elements of nature, earth, water, air, fire, and the ethers. These are the dark spirits who break things and destroy living beings. They cause war and suicide. Only the lowest of spirits promote hate, bigotry, and division. These are called bad and dark spirits. Above these are the good spirits in progression, who find happiness in doing good and spreading goodness throughout the world. These spirits prevent evil from having its way. Good spirits do not suffer from envy, remorse, or evil passions. They put good thoughts into the minds of humans. They feel neither hatred, anger, nor jealousy. The good and protective spirits, these are 2 distinct classifications, fall into this category of progressing spirits. Some of these good spirits are genuinely kind, knowledgeable, and wise in nature. The higher progressing spirits combine spiritual knowledge, wisdom, and goodness. Their language is high, excellent, and profound in thought. The high spirits speak of the spirit world in accordance with the condition of human intelligence. They willingly enter communication with those who seek truth and those who are sufficiently freed from material bondage. They turn away from those who are just curious, superficial, or of low-grade development. Pure spirits have passed through many degrees of progress. They have completed tests, trials, and experiences, and are no longer subject to reincarnating into mortal bodies. They enter the life of eternity, timelessness, in the immediate direct presence of divinity. Despite whatever conditions, they are always happy. They can choose to enter the lower and lowest planes as needed, and can return to the pure planes at will on a mission to help or save others from darkness. No longer subject to the wants of material life, they are anything but idle spirits. Pure spirits are often called angels and archangels. Pure spirits can choose communication with humans through a medium, or if needed, appear directly to whomever they choose. Points to remember from the Sacred Knowing of Is, Book 2. 3. Hundreds to thousands of spirits influence each incarnate being. After hundreds of thousands of incarnations, one learns to see beyond the darkness of the lower spirits, gradually recovering spiritual self-realization, causing all dark spirits to renounce their efforts to control, obsess, or possess oneself or another's body-mind. 4. Only the body flesh dies or is killed. The spirit is indestructible. It passes on, passes through, and passes beyond the flesh, beyond this world and the next world. The good spirits rise, and the bad spirits fall. 5. Obsessing or possessing spirits enter and leave their host's body at will. 6. Whenever one does the right and good thing, they are exerting free will, which means acting free of darkness. 7. Reincarnation ends with realization of divine communion, heaven already realized. 8. The earth is one of the lowest planets for progression. Most earthlings need to progress up through and beyond the planets for their progression. Many have lived on other planets for certain lessons, and many have to go to other planets or planes of consciousness after this incarnation for other lessons in their progression. If you can't progress here, you will have to go to a place worse than this for your inevitable progression. 9. In the fulfillment of a mission, the spirit progresses and advances onward into the realization of the pure. 10. The returnees to a same or similar existence are those who fail their mission or fell short in their endurance of the trial appointed to them. 11. Body conditions are relative to the atmospheric conditions of each plane, world, or planet. 12. Each spirit continues or repeats their learning process or accumulation of knowledge on one plane or other. You can make progress during sleep, and certainly between wakings and sleepings, lives and deaths. 13. True genius is from past lives and arises without preparatory study and by virtue of intuitive, psychic, or spiritual means alone. 14. Everyone is a spirit. Everyone is spirit sent to progress while incarnated and while disincarnated, to wherever they can obtain their required knowledge and advancement. Not always do you meet with relatives when you pass. Those who are progressed cannot be with lower spirits. Some relatives may be possessed or obsessed by lower spirits. One can only meet their own kind or their own level of spirit. 16. The highest affections are those free of self-love and material interests. Purification is a dematerialization. The more dematerialized, the higher the spirit. The higher the spirit, the greater the love. The greater the love, the greater the liberation. 17. At funerals, the spirits of the departed are often present. One may speak to such spirits freely, inwardly and outwardly. 18. Reincarnation is a form of progression, even when it seems that the young, unevolved spirit needs to learn the same lessons over again in order to progress beyond them to more challenging and difficult tasks and requirements. 19. Reincarnation is about advancement. Every spirit wants to advance in some way or other, even in the ways of darkness, for the lessons of darkness, pain, and suffering inevitably lead to the lessons of light, healing, and liberation. 20. The laws of karma generally choose the body a spirit may inhabit, but there are exceptions. Some spirits may be able to choose their body and their family line. In some cases, the parent and the child are extremely affectionate to one another, and they even enjoy knowing they are progressing together. 21. A stillborn child means no spirit will accept the body or the family karma. The spirit refuses the body and the family karma. Such a loss is a debt for the parents and their family. Negative spirits and negative energies have more to do with miscarriages than many are willing to acknowledge. 22. Madness is a possession and an obsession. The body or blood as culturing is more the real problem than the spirit who is possessed. 23. To be free from the patterns and programs of blood karmas and disintegration of matter is to transcend neuroses as madness. Many remain mad until they receive spiritual purification and release from the gravitational influence of the body-mind. 24. Clarity arises simultaneous with liberation from the body. 25. Childhood is a time of spiritual rest. It is a time of innocence and a time of vulnerability to the wisdom or ignorance of adults. 26. Romantic unions and connections are more often the work of lower spirits seeking to feed off of the emotional passion of the two confused spirits.